Hey gang, Mark Zona, want to talk to you about topwater fishing, and actually cameraman Tyler said, Z-Train, what line do you use for topwaters throughout the season? And really, this is no joke, I just pulled these two rods out of my boat. Whenever I'm traveling or I'm around home, I always have two different topwater rods rigged. One is for my bigger topwater baits, and one is for my popper style topwater baits. And I really look at them totally different. All my big baits, all my walking baits, plopper style baits, a buzz bait, that I am taking and reaching out and touching somebody is when I'm gonna go to a braid. A 30 or a 40 pound smackdown braid. Number one, I can get a lot of distance, okay? I'll put a 20 pound leader on there. Usually I'll put on a 20 pound fluorocarbon Abrazex leader, but a short one. Like this little guy right here only has a leader that long. And what that leader does, it doesn't let those hooks tangle up in the braid, okay? But the reason I use that braid, besides a long cast, a lot of times on my walking style baits or plopper style baits, the strike is gonna be at the end of the cast to where I can just reel and hit them. Now on the exact opposite side of that, all of my popper style baits, or maybe like a floating jerk bait, is when I'm gonna go to a mono, okay? Two things I'm gonna get out of that mono. Number one, that mono is gonna float on the surface better than a fluorocarbon that'll tend to sag and pull a topwater bait down. But the other thing is, all the baits I stop a lot, like a popper style bait, I want it to look natural, okay? And a lot of times, if I put a popper style bait on braid to a leader, it's almost too reactionary. It looks really natural with monofilament. So here's the best way to put it. Baits that you're moving that are bigger, I go to a 30 to 40 pound braid to a leader. And anytime I'm using a popper style bait or a twitch bait, I will go to a ripping mono.